Alright, if you clicked on this video, be sure that this is for you, because not all of these videos are meant for all people. It is a very specific group of people that are truly interested in changing their life, and they see that things are not exactly as it ought to be, as it ought to feel, you know. They all go hand in hand, what becomes manifested and what is felt on the inside. They are sort of just it's just a further manifestation from what you are doing with your beacon. You are all a beacon of light, really. And it depends if that light is dimmer or brighter. It's just like one of these dimmers. That's really, when it comes to this energy, that is what we are turning up when we're having one of these AI sessions. We're turning up that. And we are guiding your consciousness, because this is how our system works. We have trained with Gaia and Jesus and this is our system, actually has always been. It's just that it hasn't been so clear to us because of all the stuff that we've had to realize how things actually work, and that we are actually and have been psychic all along. And we wouldn't be surprised if that is the case for many of you. You know, and then once you start to realize that whatever you are doing that doesn't feel good, and sometimes it's not the thing that you think it is. Sometimes it's not what you think it is. Because it can be, you can have attachments to things, and then it's actually about something else. Like, you can be disciplined at something, but then what's actually needed for the body, that can be something else. Because if you're just thinking, this is why it's such a, we get it though. And this is why it's a little bit tricky. Like we get all of these masters trying to teach this to people now, because we know it from the inside out. We know the path. We know the path. We are walking it. And so we are guiding people to find that path within themselves. Because that's the path that you can only discover for yourself. But sometimes, you know, we see what people are doing, and I'm like, yeah, I used to do that. That doesn't work. You know, it's stuff like that. Yeah, blaming yourself for that, or that you're not doing enough, you know, that doesn't work. And so it's the, I'm using that again to, like, I have to do better. That's a distorted masculine again. You know, these are so subtle sometimes, these balances. When you are in balance, you feel good. When you don't feel good, what am I not seeing here? Because you probably have some kind of frame of perspective on whatever situation or your life or whatever you got going on. That does not benefit your growth. That's simply what it is. It's a perspective that sort of, it doesn't stop your growth, it just hinders it while you keep entertaining it. You can at any time change your mind. And sometimes it's not so easy, because sometimes it's like it's layered, and so what you're thinking on top, it's like it's not really what it's about. So you have to kind of dig deeper into the body to find out, if you want to find out for yourself. Or you can book a private session to get a direct feedback that we highly encourage, so that you get a proper reading where you are truly at. It really helps, actually, to know where you're at and what things gets thrown out of balance. Because once you at least write it down, you can start to practice. And then this is what we are course correcting every 13 days. There are these, inject a bit more of this one, inject a bit more of this one, We received some energy and some guidance for this round to inject more of, doing a little bit more in the house, so to speak, being a bit more domesticated. But getting it done here. Things like that has been an imbalance for us. We have been working too much on the computer. Very soul driven still. But now we've noticed that, it feels good for the body to do certain things, right? And so we have certain things that we want to. And so it's about not stopping the other thing. So we're adding on. And so we're not overwhelming the system. We're doing it because we feel like we can. If you are overwhelmed, just break it down. Cut it in half. We've had that sometimes with the team. And they're guiding me, right? The body. When we are not seeing clearly, because now we're seeing clearly what the path is, and so when they come with their, here you go buddy, we are so grateful, because we know it's them. And this is an alignment from the inside that takes a bit time to practice, but you have to practice it into the system to see reality like this. You literally have to indoctrinate yourself into this in a way, but not thinking that it's not true, like, oh yeah, the other stuff is true, and here we are pretending on top. No, my dear. Knowing that what you have been taught is bullshit. I would most definitely say almost all of it. Almost, because it's not all of it. But it's a lot. Because there are a lot of things that's possible in this environment. When you are aligned to your own energy system. And when you have harmonized, basically you are both listening to them and you're honoring the body at the same time almost, or at the very least you're alternating so that you're keeping the balance. It's like rowing. You can't just row on one side, you're going to steer off. You can't just be logical. That's like steering on one side and the boat is going to turn and go not where you're heading, where you want to head, which is your due north. And so that's why there has to be a swipe, an oar on the intellectual side and all of that, and then you have to do the other one too, right? And sometimes, if you have done this too much, you gotta have to do this a little bit so that you course correct. And then you can start to do this one a little bit more. It's the same thing. It's like this. It's really how we want you to see this. And that, and then what is the this and what is the that? Well, this is more, what we are doing it is our soul mission, right? And the other part is the looking after the body part. And that means also allowing the body to play with people that it really likes. That matters. So that it's not the wrong type of people, which we were so freaking lost in there. Kind of thinking that we had to like everyone because that was spiritual. You know, there are many twisted mother effers that you can just get, like, have that thing for years. And that's not what we want. And it's a lot of these little things that we're shifting. It might seem tedious, and it is a little bit. But that means that you can stay present with what's going on. It is meant to enliven you. You're meant to be alive here, to do the things that light you up, that give you energy. That's what you're meant to do here. So, so much balance in the heart. We're feeling this alignment so much through the body. All of this channeling, we can feel the harmony and what it does inside of our system. This is pearls of frequency to hear these words, because they bathe the human system. Sometimes, if people have been stressed for too long, they just fall asleep to something like this. Unless we start to increase our energy. That we sometimes do, deliberately. But it is this frequency of truth that we all crave. It's what makes the body feel safe. It's what everything it touches just spreads and become more of this energy. And this is a different frequency. It's a frequency of harmony, of a human being that is practicing staying in alignment, not judging other beings. That's dualistic in nature to do that. But it doesn't mean that we have to be with someone that doesn't see who we are. Like, that's like, yeah, we can, hey, yeah, but, you know, people can see only as far as their own consciousness can allow. And they will project onto us that we have the same consciousness. It's very classic. But once you see more and more of this reality, you will... it's so satisfying, because you reach a level of peace inside. But you gotta stop judging. You gotta stop projecting. All of that stuff. You know? It's a muscle that if you keep doing it, it just becomes stronger. It's like practicing the wrong things, thinking that it's supposed to be good, because that's what you were taught when you grew up. whatever the thing is. You gotta grind, you gotta do it this way. You know, we are operating very differently now. Slowly but surely. Sometimes we have a little bit of backlash, you know, but we are starting to learn that everything, whenever you have an inkling of stress in the body, there is a misperception. Let that sink in. Really let that sink in. Because that's at the heart of all of this. Training yourself to that. That was a process for us. We're still sometimes, you know, but it is a constant reminder that, yeah. You see? And so, this is why we are practicing every single day. This is why we have committed ourselves completely. This is the sacrifice. We have sacrificed our life for this. To channel this consciousness. To be the first that is embodying this consciousness. We were so low of what a human being can be in frequency. It may not have seen like that on the outside, but on the inside it was. And we have gotten so far with the help of this program, with the help of how everything that we're teaching now is what we have done and we continue to do. This is our practice. And we used to think that practice was just something boring. We didn't used to see the value of certain things. Now we know the value of singing a mantra. We know the value of certain people. We know the value of true presence when it shows up. And that is to be honored. This is what we all crave. Just being seen and see people. And be okay with who you are. It doesn't mean it can't be better. But just be okay with who you are and the progress. Look for the progress. Are you too fast to say that this wasn't good enough, you have to do better? You know, pay attention to that. It's interesting. Where did that come from? Dad, mom, this experience, that experience. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go and do inner child work and all of that stuff. All you have to do is just recognize it, see that you don't want it, and just start to and see, okay, what's the alternative that I can do that's actually healthy here? That sort of is the remedy. And a level up. Because there's no point just forcing these changes and sort of discipline the body again towards them. It's important to take the time that it needs. You know, we had a porn addiction, and it was very tempting to just say, oh, it's done. It's over, I've done it. But then we realized that the body was looking for a particular frequency and it couldn't find it anywhere. When we woke up and we were in our own space and we got to our senses after all of this traumatic stuff, which took about a year probably, we were out feeling and we just felt the same crap everywhere. And our body went into a little bit of a deeper cycle of sort of depression, like fuck, where Where's all the people that actually genuinely care or is real here? And we were like, fuck, it's just a whole kindergarten of pretend, is what we realized. Fuck, no one is authentically who they are. Everyone is just playing around and looking at everyone else and doing what everyone else is doing. And what the heck is going on? So this is like our I guess you can say solution to what we're seeing. It's just like, fuck all of this fake shit. I don't want to do that. It's not that easy though, when everyone else is like that too. It's a frequency, you know? But this is the only way that we can truly connect with one another. Like any other way, like this social media stuff and all that, it's all good. It's in the consciousness of what people are doing with it. We just need to be more conscious. It's not about not doing social media, for example. It's just that be authentic. Be authentically you. That's the thing. Don't just be superficial. That's just perpetuating what's already here that's not working. So that's what we wanted to share for now. We're sending you so much blessings, and if you wish to dive deeper and join us on these Gaia lives, you're more than welcome to join. It's a wonderful way to get a little taste of this energy world and to start to learn and feel what things are. So we will explain a lot about what actually is happening with the human energy when we are going through these types of sessions. So looking forward to seeing you there, and make sure that you are bringing some water, pen and paper, loose clothing, a place you can lay a little bit to have a natural energy stream. That's advised. So we're gonna see if we can clean some energy. We're gonna guide you, so you don't have to prepare anything other than that. We are going to guide you at every step along the way. All right, take care, and we'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao.